Our next inductee is a true standout and a remarkable display of talent, insight, heart, and clutch. He was, without question, a standout in men's soccer.
Finlay was a definition of clutch throughout his time as a standout on the Creighton men's soccer team from 2008 to 2011. He ranked 4th in CU history with 10 multiple goal games. His 43 goals ranked 5th, and his 103 points were 6th in program history, leading the Missouri Valley Conference in game-winning goals all 4 seasons. His final collegiate goal in 2011 in overtime against South Florida helped the Blue Jays return to the College Cup for the first time since 2002. Finlay scored in 33 different contests as a Blue Jay, with 20 of those accounting for the game-winning score. A 2-time MVC Player of the Year, he was named a first-team All-American in 2011 and second-team choice in 2010, while earning Creighton's Male Athlete of the Year honors following both seasons. The 2015 MLS All-Star made 3 appearances for the United States men's national team in 2016. Finlay retired from Major League Soccer following the 2024 season.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Hall of Fame, Ethan Finlay. You survived that dog pile to make it back.
I'm out of breath just looking at that picture. I mean, it's great to be at the bottom of the dog pile, but it can be painful at times.
Which is why you were running away from them first.
Exactly. I don't know if you saw it. There was a guy in jeans that was running out on the field. I'm not sure if we had security at the time, but it was pandemonium after that goal. But it was great. It's a great moment.
The word clutch literally fits you as probably as well as any athlete we've ever had here. As the video said, when we needed a goal, you were the guy. You led your team every year. You led the conference every year in game-winning goals. What was it about you in those moments when we needed it most that allowed you to succeed?
Yeah, I think, I had the opportunities, great teammates. I had a knack for the goal. I was not the most talented player. The most talented player to ever play for Creighton soccer is sitting in the crowd, and it's Johnny Torres. We'll talk more about him, but I was able to maximize what my skills and capabilities were, and I had a knack for the goal. I had a knack for being in the right place at the right time, and had plenty of good teammates to find me in those spots.
When did you know you were good enough to play college soccer?
That's a good question. It's probably about my junior year that I kind of felt like, hey, this is what I want to do. I think I have the opportunity. And, my story to Creighton was they weren't on my radar by any means. No disrespect to Bob and them, but wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking of a Big Ten school and wanted to do the big campus vibe, and came here on appearance. My sister got more attention from Bob Warming than I did, and I thought that was odd. But he was selling the family. He knew exactly what he was doing. And we left there 3 hours into a drive back home to Wisconsin. I said, can I call him now and tell him I'm coming? My dad said, well, let's just wait. Let's just make sure everything checks out here. But yeah, it's, that was kind of the moment where I thought, this is for me.
You mentioned going to the Big Ten campuses, all those big buildings. You come here, it's a tighter-knit community. Was that an attraction?
Yeah, I think I came from small-town Wisconsin, and, that was an element of, I hadn't been exposed to it, so I kind of wanted it. I wanted to embrace that and have that type of environment. But I came here, I saw the facilities, I said, wow, this is the best facility in the country, and why wouldn't you want to be here kind of thing. I've heard that since when I went onto the professional ranks about former players who have played at our stadium, Morrison Stadium, and just, raved about the environment. So when I started to see that, I started to see the people and the coaches and whatnot. It didn't matter the size of the university. I knew this is a place I could come and be successful.
You were unique in that you played for 3 different coaches in your time here. You mentioned Coach Warming, but you also had Jamie Clark, you had Elmar Bolowich. Just take me through how difficult that is to adjust to, and then we can talk about what each coach maybe did for you.
Look, in this day and age, a coach leaves, you enter the portal the next day, right? That wasn't the case. I think it hardened me. It gave me a growth mindset. It prepared me for the adversity that I would face at the next level. Coaching changes happen in the professional ranks a lot more often. When that happened for me, I could draw the experiences that I had, when Coach Warming left for a different opportunity, when Jamie Clark, left after 6 months, and then Elmar Bolowich obviously kind of stepped in. So to speak on all of them, I think, Bob, when I showed up here, I was 17 years old, and he taught me how to go from being a boy to a man. Taught me a lot of life lessons, hard lessons, along with Johnny. It was his first year as an assistant. And they really, made me a better person. I think when I had the experience with Jamie Clark was kind of an up-and-coming young coach. He gave us a sense of freedom to kind of go out there and feel the game, and I had a great season my junior year with him. And then Elmar Bolowich, when he came in, he brought a unique experience. A German coach, I'm sure some of you guys have met him. He's a hard individual, and very serious man. And he was probably, at the tail end of my career, just said, hey, if you really want to be a pro, you need to kind of buck up and figure this out. And I think that's why we had such a great season in 2011.
And I believe Coach Warming is here tonight, correct?
He is, yes. Another former Hall of Famer here.
Stand up, Coach.
Best recruiter in the country in any sport right there.
Best recruiter in the country. What happened with your sister, though?
Yeah. You know what? There was talk of Creighton to come here. She ended up being a nurse, but they didn't quite make it. No scholarship, I don't think. So, but he did a good job.
Speaking of family, who would you like to welcome us to tonight?
Yeah, I have quite a bit of family here tonight. My parents, Brent and Julie, my in-laws, Keith and Deb Wandell, my wife Haley, lifelong friends here, Chris and Hannah. And then I got several teammates. I call him a lifelong friend, Brian Hoy. I'm sure many of you guys know him in this room. Him and his family, the Hoy family in general, were a second home for a lot of us. We used to spend Sunday dinners. Yeah, give them a round of applause.
Yes, let's hear it for them.
Sunday dinners at the Hoys was a thing. There's plenty of players who have come through this program that that was an outlet for us to go have dinner with him. So they couldn't all be here tonight, but he's here representing all of them.
Are there other teammates that are here tonight?
We do, yeah. Greg Jordan and Josh Moran are also here.
Stand up and be recognized.
Two great players. Greg and I were the first college soccer players here in Creighton to ever come early. We graduated in 2008, and we came early in January to start our college career together. So we did that together, which was it's made us a lot closer.
Teammates make it all possible. What did your teammates do most for you besides set you up with all those goals?
Yeah, I think they kept me in check. They really did. I was, you might say, I was a star player being up here, but I had so many great players, more talented players that surrounded me, players that I was able to kind of learn from, ability, things like hard work. We had a player named Jeff Thayer who just would work his ass off in the weight room. And it wasn't really something that I was like, all right, I don't know. But that pushed me, right? I had so many players around me that just would push me to be better. And I think for me, that was a really important part, especially as I took the step to the next level.
Of all the student athletes that have come through here, you've had one of the longer professional careers, 13-year career in the MLS. You were an all-star. You played some time with the U.S. national team. What do you miss most about the game?
The game. Just in general, the locker room. I'm sure every athlete in this room can say there's nothing like a locker room. You won't find another work environment. You won't find anything that comes close to it. So the bond that you can create with teammates is very, very unique. And so, the teammates that I have here tonight, we share something together. The teammates I have professionally, I share something together. And, I'm happy to say they become lifelong friends.
What is your future? Is it in soccer?
Yeah, I currently work still with Austin FC, so I work in the front office right now, and I think at this point it's a day-to-day thing, but I think obviously trying to have some type of a career on the soccer side is really what I'd hope to do.
Is there anything else or anyone that we haven't recognized yet that you want to give a shout-out as part of your Hall of Fame journey?
Yeah, I think, my wife, Haley, you kind of touched on, the recent retirement, and it's been a challenging transition, but she's just been a rock as I've kind of made that transition and gone through that. You need people like that to be your rock and your foundation, so that's been awesome. And then just my parents, the sacrifice, the 2.5-hour drives to go to an ID camp, so Bob Warman and his scouts can see you. All that hard work that goes into making me have the opportunity to sit here. So to both my mom and dad, just thankful for all the sacrifice, and obviously I know you guys are proud of me, but I can't tell you how proud I am to be your son.
Let's hear it for Ethan Finlay, ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Creighton Hall of Fame.
Thank you.